Excuse me, I'm about to jump in right here.
All right.
Say something,
Hold
say something now.
But hang on a second. This
Okay.
is a good point because you're talking in regards to the woman making more than the man.
Yeah.
And under normal circumstances, when the gentleman is making more, it's easy to have this kind of conversation, which is what we started talking about, the conversation, breaking that ice, right?
Much more
So
comfortable
now,
than the guy was making more.
exactly. So now we're in a scenario where the woman is certainly making a significant more money than the man.
Mm-hmm.
How does that ice get broken?
Yeah.
Because him initiating it is a tough thing.
Yeah.
Is it on the burden of the woman? What do we do?
I think that what needs to be impressed upon, if there's a woman that's making more money than a guy, I think that it's important to impress upon him that there's lots of different ways to provide for women. Like, you know, to protect her doesn't mean to have a gun or anything like that, but to just, there's things that you can give to a woman that's of value and you can bring value to the table, and it doesn't have to be money. Like, a woman who is financially stable doesn't necessarily need someone to shell out a bunch of cash on her. What she needs is somebody a soft place to fall. Like the same thing that men would want, like a woman who typically is financially stable. Like, a lot of times they're in challenging careers, they have a lot of pressures, societal pressures, and sometimes they just want to know that there's this man who is a provider, but not in the sense of what we traditionally call providers. I think that we need to redefine what that means in terms of, especially in the situation where a woman is making more. I think the definition of what you're bringing to the table needs to be a little bit different, and it's going to cause you to pull from a side of yourself that isn't necessarily called upon from men all the time. So that, protecting me when I got an alarm system, I don't need that. What I need from you is to protect my self-esteem, to protect the way that I feel about myself and the way that the world kind of sees me, and let me know that, you know what, you got my back.
Okay, I have 3 points. One, are you having this conversation with your man?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm single.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and I don't usually look like this.
The woman needs to have a conversation. That needs to have that conversation with her man. Number 2, in the current economic reality, the employment statistic that just came out said that there are more men unemployed than women. Mm-hmm. in households with couples or families. More men are out of work, staying at home, looking for employment than women. So the current environment suggests that in most situations today, the woman is acting as a breadwinner and provider until, we recover economically. So that may be a new paradigm that women have been used to for a little while. Not to say that men don't want to work. I mean, there are tons of men out there who, want to get out there, and I'm sure that, the righteous brother, if he could do better, monetarily, he would.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Definitely.
Until then, he shouldn't be withdrawing the other things, the love.
And I don't think that it's a
affection.
withdrawal. I think that it's more of a conditioning thing. I think that it's more of how men are socialized than anything.
Sure.
It's about getting past that ego part of you that makes you feel like you need to be contributing money.
Well, are you helping him do that? Is the woman flexing on him is this all you got?
Right.
Hang on, baby.
You are so
right. I work hard all day. I work 8 hours a day. You can't come in and a woman can't come in and be Boy Cleaver and jump all over him like he's June.
No, I totally agree with you on that.
Because a man, 9 times out of 10, a man won't do that.
I think that definitely there's going to have to be a shift in that man's thinking and the shift in that woman's thinking, and there's going to have to be some mutual support. I think the recession that we're in, or whatever this is, I think that it's definitely going to require us to pull together and pull resources and do things in a different way. I also think that part of that is a larger conversation that needs to happen.
Communication is the most important thing.
Yeah.
1, you need communication. 2, I would suggest a strategy. And once you come up with a strategy, communicate first, come up with a strategy. Then you have to come up with a timeline. The timeline is a critical piece too. Mm-hmm. You can't be doing the same thing for 5 years and then look back and say, well, we said we were going to change things 2 years ago.
I think you're right. And I think you're right too. And the question is, Who do you think is right? Both good comments were made on both sides. I'd like to thank our guests, Blair, JQ. You guys provided a tremendous amount of perspective to what's entailed in making a successful relationship. This is a successful second installment of the Face Off Brunch series. And
now I need to get some brunch.
time to eat.
Good shout out to my wife. I hope I represented well.
All right. Till next time. Take care.